What's up, guys? Is I, your friendly neighborhood Sonic Cat Calamity, back again with my boy Dean. Dean, how are you?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I got a PS5, so I'm pretty good.
Oh, what? You finally got one?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Congratulations to you, sir. You got a console that doesn't exist. Just gonna go order the KFC console now.
Yep.
That's the way forward. No chance of getting one.
At least you get chicken with it, probably.
I mean, I hope so, but I bet chicken does not come with it. Chicken not included, I'm sure. But, you know.
Hopefully, at least they give you the secret spices, maybe.
That would be nice. I think they might have lent those secret herbs and spices to a certain show that we are on our last episode of reviewing, because it's not going to go on after this. There is no season 2 planned.
Bit of a shame, but it's at least a forward-thinking kind of development.
That's true, and we're of course talking about WandaVision. You know that if you've clicked on this. Before we get into this, Dean, I'm going to do it for the first time throughout the entire series. Spoilers from this point on, folks. There are spoilers from this point. Please turn back if you don't want spoilers. I think the people that have been watching it have watched it like the day of show the day of release anyway. But hey, you know, just so I can remind myself of future episodes and stuff.
We're only 3 days late. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. You know, these things happen, but I think at this point people just want to hear our thoughts on it more than anything. So, yeah, let's jump in.
Yeah.
So, it was the showdown. Wanda and Agatha decided to have their showdown. We found out that Agatha takes power from others. That's her gimmick.
Kind of like a magical rogue, in fact.
In fact, yes. Yes, I did liken that. I did make that comparison. So, yes, I'm glad we're on the same wavelength on this one. And then Wanda hits her with a car, which I thought was really inventive, because it's like, okay, if you're going to absorb my powers, then how about this? Throw a car at you. Exactly. And then, of course, White Vision turns up.
Yep.
I saw Jeremy Johns, who may watch, or people watching this may watch, he's quite a huge YouTuber, movie reviewing YouTuber on the platform. Yeah. And he said it's like the DLC version of Vision. Like, it looks like an alternate costume that you'd get for pre-order in a game or something.
Yeah.
Powered, I believe, by an arc reactor.
Interesting.
I had come to that assumption.
Stark Tech seems to be a big thing in the MCU in general.
It does, and then I think there's going to be a certain young man that's going to enter the scene and is going to be like 10 times smarter than Tony, and everyone's going to be like, what the hell? And his name is Mr. Reed Richards. But we'll get there. I think we kind of can talk about this in relation to this as well, because a lot of people are pissed off the Fantastic Four didn't turn up.
Give it five years. Give it 5 years.
Yeah, they weren't going to turn up, guys. There was. I know I was saying about the mutants thing, but still, like, that was a long shot.
They literally just announced the mutants as well, as in like a thing, as in the mutants is a thing they're developing. So like,
I feel like. Okay, let's talk about this thing quickly. Actually, I feel like the whole Ralph Boner thing. Okay, I applaud the red herring, I do. But I feel like that was kind of just a bit of a middle finger to the fans, in a way, because it was like, okay, so no, and the fact that they announced the mutants on the same day that the last episode premiered and we found that out, it's like, you were expecting mutants, but working on it. But we're here to tell you today we are working on it. Like, okay. It's such a deliberate casting. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was.
Yeah.
But fair play. You know, I applaud the creative decisions.
It was interesting. There was just like a necklace that had his powers.
Yeah, it was. Like, that's the thing that. Or I feel it could be elaborated on later. There could be something that they could do with it, but because how did she give him powers?
That somebody, Joe, Geraldine? No, not Geraldine. Wanda? No, Monica Rambeau. God.
Yep.
Complete brain fart. She knew about Quicksilver, and maybe Agnes overheard it. Maybe.
Yeah, but then how did Agatha give powers? Like, we know that because his name's Ralph, and Agatha,
Yeah.
well, Agnes was constantly talking about her husband Ralph.
Oh.
That's her Ralph that she kept in the like basement,
Yeah.
essentially, in that room. So
Yeah.
how did she give him powers if he's just a normal guy that lived there and got house invaded by a witch and taken over?
I mean, she is like an all-powerful witch. So like, how do we know how her powers are limited? It's like,
Unless Wanda gave those powers, like when she first sees, I don't know, because it's
maybe
I don't know.
Agnes enchanted the necklace. Who knows? Like,
yeah,
somebody's gonna explain it in a tweet.
why didn't she? I'm just surprised that if that's the case and she can give people superpowers, we didn't get her like controlling an army, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
True. I mean, they could have flipped it where the town people were Agnes's instead. They could have done that, but they didn't, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I like that they did that. They cemented this thing of like, no, this was you, Wanda. Like,
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
people are begging to see their families again. Like, you did this. Like, I think that's an interesting point we could talk about, actually.
Yeah.
Wanda is a villain. It doesn't matter that,
Yeah.
like, the way
I
it
mean-
ended, she is still a bad guy.
Yeah, like if you watch until the very last post-credit scene, she's definitely doing stuff with that spellbook that I can never remember the name of.
Darkhold.
Yes. I think this is a big thing of like being able to let go of grief is like how it's like the metaphor, like because she's bringing all these people with her, they're having her nightmares, she's
Yeah.
dragging them along. So it's kind of like if somebody's like really heavily affected by grief and everybody's walking around on eggshells around them, kind of thing is what I see it as.
I mean, true, but she still held people hostage.
True.
And like
I'm just
the way
thinking, like-
that Dottie or Sarah talks about how her daughter's been locked in her room and she can't go and see her.
Yeah.
But like, it's mad what Wanda did. And the funny thing is, they kind of try and make the director Hayward, a bad guy. And it's
Yeah.
like the only thing that he actually did that was bad was try and shoot the children that weren't really real. Like,
Yes.
when you think about
Yes.
what Wanda's actually done, he has acted in the interest of taking her out because she's that powerful that she can do this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I feel like that scene was very deliberate where he shot at the kids. I feel like that was deliberately placed to be like, no, this is your bad guy. He is not a good person. And Wanda is really, she's Wanda. And it's like, I get that. And I will always love the Scarlet Witch, but she's done some pretty messed up stuff here.
Yeah.
Some pretty messed up stuff. I mean, let's... Oh, sorry, go on.
It's not like you can't just walk away. It's like, oh, she let them go. It's like, yeah, but how long did this go on for? How long was she away? How long was this actually set up though before the show started?
I'm not sure because, I mean, the woman comes up to Wanda and says, my husband's been on a business trip for weeks.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't know if the husband left weeks ago or like...
Yeah.
I can't really make heads or tails of it.
Yeah.
I thinking on the time frame of the first one, the first couple of episodes, like from the beginning to her having the kids to them rapidly aging, I think that was meant to be the pace of a few days.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of the way it was being set up.
Yeah, and then the last like episode or two is like on the same day.
The
Yeah,
Agatha,
same day.
yeah, they're same day. I think so. Anyway, actually, yeah, no, they are same day. I was just having to think about it for a second, but no, they are.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still like, even if it's a week, that's mentally torturing people for a week. That's insane.
Yeah, like.
But that's comic book Wanda.
Nightmares. Yeah, like having her nightmares being like piloted by her in some form or another for even a week. Yeah, that's traumatic.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, messed up stuff. The other messed up thing, of course, as we were saying previously, was Vision, White Vision, and we had one of the greatest superhero standoffs, or supervillain, if you like, standoffs. The book. What am I on about? The Ship of Theseus. The greatest way to end a confrontation. Honestly, like, I know it's really lame, but that blew me away. I was like, I want more of my superhero fights to be ended with complex debate.
Yeah,
like, damn.
I feel like they could do an X-Men movie that way with like Magneto and Charles. Like, they could do that.
Yeah, you can have everyone else fighting around them. Just have them being like, "Come on, let's talk about the identity metaphysics."
Yeah, it's like they're like of all of I know of Marvel, those are the only two characters that would do that kind of battle.
Yeah, because Magneto's always kind of sworn to never hurt Charles. Yeah. And then obviously he does in the First Class continuity, and then I think Fassbender always carried that with him, that he regretted that as well. So I think that transcends all kind of X-Men media. So I completely agree with you. I think they're the other two characters that do that. But I thought, but like, I would love to hear the same with Reed and Doom.
Ooh, yeah.
Like them just.
I have heard that there was going to be a Doctor Doom movie made, but it was going to be a courtroom drama.
Oh, that was under Fox, wasn't it? I didn't hear it was going to be a courtroom.
I believe so. Yeah.
I think that got scrapped.
It was literally about him like defending the right for Latveria to exist.
Okay. That would have been sick.
It would have been interesting. Yeah.
I would have liked that. Geopolitical. That's definitely my cup of tea. But yeah, I think the whole Vision versus Vision thing was. I love it, and I think we have a Vision again in the MCU. I think the White Vision is going to be the new Vision, because there was a White Vision in the comics who had all of Vision's memories and everything, but had no emotion. That looks like what we've got.
So where do you think he went? That's the big question.
Probably to the edge of a mountaintop or something. Like, he's obviously going to go do some superhero pondering kind of thing.
Some brooding here and there.
Oh yeah, he's going to have to be. He's completely questioning his identity now that he's gained access to those memories. He's battling with his coding.
Yeah.
His coding would dictate that he then kill himself.
I was saying most androids in fiction can't self-destruct, can't self-terminate.
Yeah, so that's true.
If he does it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's. Oh, gone. No, gone.
Like, I don't know if that's in Isaac Asimov's three rules of robots, because one is protect people, can't harm people, and if you must protect someone and kill yourself at the same time, that's the only time you're allowed to kill yourself.
See, okay, but this is the interesting thing when you think about this with Vision. Vision was coded with the idea that he knows that destroying humanity is the way to save the planet. Yeah. And yet, but it was a mix of Tony, Bruce, Jarvis and Ultron and the stone that kind of led him to not follow that directive. So I don't know, it's a weird one. Like, it's how much of the stone is vision, and if the stone, if there is a percentage of the stone that is vision, can Wanda then project that? Because she's projected a working Infinity Stone.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane, and that must be from, like, chasing the energy from it that amplified her powers.
Yeah.
So,
like, does that mean, like, Infinity Stones have a consciousness? If they're sentient? At least in the MCU?
I don't know. Because the Collector puts it as singularities, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But then split off into stones. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know quite how that works.
Yeah.
Like, that's interesting. Because then, like, I mean, they must do. Because if the Soul Stone requires a sacrifice, like, what is it that, makes that necessity? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's something to ponder on. I'm going to be thinking about that. What else have we got from this episode that was just next level? Let's talk about the fight. I was gonna say, let's talk about the big witches fight. So Wanda and Agatha have it out in the clouds.
Yep.
And I thought they were going to go a certain way with this. I thought it was going to be a thing of Wanda puts all her power into Agatha, and Agatha's like, "Oh no, it's too much power. I can't withstand it," and blow up.
Yeah, that was plausible. That's a plausible guess, to be fair.
I feel that was the more, like, predictable way to go.
Yeah.
And I was pleasantly surprised with that little callback they came up with that really cemented some lore in the Marvel universe that we didn't have previously.
Yep.
And the runes and the magics. So
That
she
was
casts,
very good.
she puts all her power into Agatha and then casts the runes. So only the witch who casts the runes in a given space can use her magic.
Yes, indeed. And, like, I think part of it was an illusion from her as well, to make Agatha think it was going her way, at least until Wanda wanted it to fall away.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a very clever move by one, 100%. Because also, you saw her firing off all these bolts, and you're just like, these are missing one. These are missing. And I was like, okay, what's going on? And then, bang, big reveal. It was very well done, and very, very well done of Wanda. I was impressed with that. I loved earlier in the battle sequence seeing her pull her Age of Ultron stuff again that we haven't seen in ages. The funky movement. I love that Joss Whedon edit. That funky movement where it's like flits towards and like mind control stuff. Loved that came back.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it didn't work because Agatha's experienced.
Yeah. But then again, she turned it back on her again, I think.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Good point. Agatha was a bit like one note, I feel, as a villain. She's not going to be really memorable after this for me. Love the actress, and I think she did a really good job with the role. But it's just like, it's not. This is something we're going to run into, and like, if a villain isn't like Thanos, how well are we going to remember them a year later?
Yeah, like, we're not going to have another Thanos or another Loki. I mean, like...
We are.
I mean, the next...
We are.
Yeah, true. But, like, the next step, I think, is Galactus, maybe?
Yeah, so... Well, here's the thing. I think they kind of... Excuse my French, they pussied out Dormammu a little. He was defeated by Doctor Strange pretty soon after him being Doctor Strange, and like Dormammu is next level, beyond Omega level.
Yeah.
and they just kind of one and done him. But I think from what I've gathered from stuff I've heard for quite a while now, that Kevin Feige's plan is to have an Earthbound Thanos and a space-bound, a cosmic-bound Thanos. And the idea being that would be Galactus in space.
Oh, right.
And Doom on Earth.
As long as they don't, like, they have to do better than the last time they did Galactus and Fantastic Four.
I mean, I think it's a given. There's no way they're going to do Marvel of all people are going to turn around and be like, oh yeah, Galactus, we know you didn't like him as a cloud, so here's him as a gelatin orb. Like, I think they'll do it properly. I've got faith in that.
Who do you think they'll cast as Galactus? Who's left?
Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
Because it's just the face.
Hopefully he has to live. Hopefully he lives that long.
Oh yeah, I tell him might not be such a good choice now.
Because he's not a young guy.
I was going to say Sean Connery, but again, that might not be such a good choice now.
Gone?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Sean Connery. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything in films now. But I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Galactus is a difficult one. I think for Doctor Doom, I want the guy who played Gus Fring and how if I forget Moff Gideon in Mandalorian as Doctor Doom. I think that'd be a perfect casting.
I agree.
He's just got that intimidating villain down.
Yeah. And
like, I feel Mandalorian kind of showed a bit more of a built him as well.
Yeah.
And like, I think
that guy has so much range too, so I think he can do it.
Yeah, I don't think there's many roles he can't do. 10-year-old girl played by him. Yeah, I can believe that. I can 100% believe that. It's genius range. So, well, I guess we're at the end. We're at the end of this chapter, WandaVision. And how do you rate it overall as a series?
I think because it grew so well, I would give it a solid 8.5.
I'd agree with that. I would agree with that. 8.5. There would be a part of me that necessarily could stretch to a 9, but I feel I want to binge it all again, like the whole season in one, so I can get a better gauge on that, because maybe that's partly down to the anticipation of the week and the cliffhangers and that kind of thing, that I'm just so hyped for it. So I think it's going to be worth a rewatch.
Would it have worked as well if it was just all there, like a Netflix-style box set, do you think?
No.
No?
Because of the hype.
True.
Every week, people have been madly theorizing and talking about it, and then we come to the Friday and everyone goes nuts and watches it. And then we talk about it and we talk about it, and then it's just a way of generating hype, and I think The Mandalorian showed that we can do that really well.
True. I mean, I've heard, like, every Friday it's one of the top things on Reddit.
Yeah, I mean, it's apparently, at the time of being aired, it was the most watched TV show in the world at that point. Not like, I don't know if overall, but at that time.
Oof. Yeah. Then again, like, because of the time we're in, they found a nice way to just be the number one thing, because there's nothing else that's particularly huge, or, you know, they finished Mandalorian. The Witcher's not here for a bit. The Boys isn't here for a bit.
Yeah.
They kind of got a clean slate. They can kind of, like, you know.
And then they're going to dominate in 2 weeks with Winter. What is wrong with me? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, you know, they are pushing this now. And there are a lot more Disney Plus shows that have been, you know, confirmed. We're going to have 9 weekly episodes of, well, I think it's 9. Might be slightly more, I'm not sure, of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And then we're going to be moving into Loki.
And
like, literally a couple weeks
She-Hulk,
after.
which I'm very happy about.
I'm really excited for She-Hulk. We're going to have Miss Marvel, which I cannot wait. I cannot wait for Miss Marvel. She's such a great hero, man. Like, such a great Avenger. You fully become, like...
in that game.
Yeah. I know the game wasn't great, but like her as an Avenger is awesome. And there's been a few instances where like she's worked with Spider-Man, and their chemistry is
Okay.
really good. They bounce off each other really well. I'd love
That's
to
cool.
see her like alongside Tom Holland. Something I think that would
That
be
could
really
work.
cool.
That could work.
And I think she's going to be in Captain Marvel 2. I can go.
Wow.
You're going to have Monica there as well, by the looks of things. Meeting her
Nice.
her Skrull counterpart from Sword. So yeah, I'm hyped, dude. I think there's going to be some really cool stuff coming out of Miss Marvel. I'm really excited for War Machine Armor War.
I forgot all about that.
Me too. I often forget about it, but then I just think like, yes, I want that fleshed out. I love that character, but I feel he earned his place as not Tony's sidekick anymore.
Yeah.
But in terms of like knowing him as a character, we actually, as soon as he stops becoming Tony's sidekick, we learn less and less about the character.
True.
Like we learn the most about him when he's a military man that's
Yeah.
conflicted with being Tony's best friend, but also having his duty and things like that, which
Yeah.
we see in whatever you want to call it, a bad movie, Iron Man 2. So
I like Iron Man too.
I like Iron Man 2 as well. People would seem to hate me for liking it, so hey ho. Yeah, I'm excited for that with him.
And like,
So much stuff
they
coming.
also have the Star Wars. They have the Star Wars stuff as well. They have Obi-Wan.
Yep. Cassian Andor, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka. Ahsoka, the one I'm looking for. Rosario Dawson, Braun. I'm there. Let's do it.
I mean, as much of a monopoly as they have, I'm okay with that. Because they gave us such good products.
I'm okay with that. The problem is they'll never get to buy Sony. That I don't think that will pass.
The only one they can't buy is Warner Brothers unless they really want that DC crossover.
Yeah, but then they would literally have a monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I
The
mean
only
by
one they
Sony
can't
as
do-
well.
I mean, if they bought Universal, they could do a solo Hulk movie.
Again, though, would that not count as a monopoly? Considering
I'm
they've
simply
just...
okay with it.
I mean, we're okay with it. But then, at the same time, I would want them to buy Paramount so I can have a Sonic
More
crossing
Sonic.
over with Disney stuff movie. Because he
Yeah.
works in that environment, I feel, like we saw in Wreck-It Ralph. But,
Yeah.
you know, I think they're going to be... I think there will be tight restrictions on what Disney can do from this point in terms of continuing as the massive conglomerate they are. Like, they'll still be able to
Yeah.
produce things as they are and ramp that up even more so.
Yeah.
But I think in terms of buying film studios,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be allowed to buy anymore. Because remember how much stuff this had to go through, this Fox deal?
Yeah. I mean, if you just look at Star is a whole new aspect of Disney Plus now.
Yep. I mean, I've been watching Scrubs recently, one of my favourite shows. But you know what? Disney, if you're watching this, sort out the PlayStation Disney Plus app. It is awful. My God. It has got some of the worst functionality. I use it on mobile all the time, right?
Yeah.
And on my laptop on just, Disney Plus website. And it's
Yeah.
great. I have no complaints at all. You use it on PS4 and it's just like, we don't autoplay. Just, if you reload your PS4 from rest mode and try and play something, it will crash. Except it won't properly crash. It will just sit there doing the spinning wheel for eternity.
Don't know anything about that. My one.
You've got a PS5, so be quiet. Alright. Any last things we got to say about WandaVision? We both loved it.
Yeah. One last thing about her becoming Agnes again. That was a good punishment.
I like that. I don't think that's the end of it.
Probably not. Like, a character as powerful as Agnes, or Agatha, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I don't. There's no way that's forever.
Because the runes are gone.
Yeah.
I mean,
because Wanda's a good person, you know, hero, she didn't kill her.
yeah.
But, like, a lot of Marvel superheroes have killed their enemies. Like, I think Tony's killed all of his.
I think the only reason she didn't is because of what she'd just done.
True.
Can you imagine if she just offed someone at the end of it? They would have been like, someone who has hidden their identity for so damn long as well as a witch. Like, Shield had no info on that. Well, Sword, they had no info on that at all.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe she was just thinking of her kids, because maybe, you know, mommy killed somebody.
maybe. I mean, let's just quickly talk about that before we close things permanently. The kids. We hear them at the end. Now,
the end?
The end. When she's trying to, you know, boiling the kettle and living her Amish life, and then in the other room she's astral projecting, you hear her children. And you also hear, that is also Doctor Strange's theme.
I did not notice that. Okay, good spot.
So, I'm done with theorizing stuff that isn't going to come true, okay? I set myself up to fail and I admit that. But there is a chance that it's Mephisto, that there's some sort of Mephisto stuff going on. You're reading the Darkhold, like, that's literally the book in which he practices, and I don't know, I just feel there is a chance now that something could be coming with that. Or Nightmare, potentially. But
part of me thinks that's one of Bruce Banner's hideouts for whenever he goes to apeshit. You know?
yeah,
so
straight up.
Middle of nowhere. Who else would have that?
Just turns up there one day.
Just in his shorts, he's like, Wanda, what are you doing here?
Yeah. I wonder if in Falcon and the Winter Soldier we're going to get some sort of reference to Wanda, because, you know, I imagine this is going to conclude with Sam leading the Avengers. I don't expect all the Avengers to be in it, but this is the story of him going from Falcon to Captain America.
True.
Like, I don't think that's theorized. We see that in the trailer, that clearly seems what it's going to be.
Does he keep using the wings?
Yes, he does in the comics.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
He's got a whole Falcon Captain America suit, which, spoilers, has been leaked by a toy.
It's always the toys.
It's always the toys and the Funko Pops.
No matter what it is, you get a leak from the toys. It doesn't matter.
It's literally like a licensing image as well. I think it was at an expo kind of thing. A picture was taken of the packaging. But yeah, like, I assume that's the road we're going down. We're going to get a full Captain America Falcon.
Okay.
So he's going to need to know what's going on with his team.
True.
So I wonder if we'll get a WandaVision. That'd be pretty cool.
And I wonder what the timeline's going to be as well. Like,
yeah,
is this going to be during, after WandaVision?
I imagine they'll do it during, in the sense that then you've got the question that no one can ask, oh, well, why weren't you trying to stop the people getting tortured in Westview by Wanda?
Yeah.
No, it's just easier to do it that way. But, you know, I don't know. Kevin has masterfully worked things together before without my consultation, so I'm sure he'll do fine in the future. Have faith. Have faith. Well, Dean, it's been an honour, my friend, to do this with you. We've done every episode. Been awesome. We have got, I think, about... okay, I'm not good with time, things like that. I'll be honest, it's one of my weaker suits. I think we've got just over a week of nothing now. No more WandaVision, no more MCU TV show related videos, and that's really sad. That breaks my heart. But then we're coming right back at you because Falcon and the Winter Soldier is out in about just over a week. So we'll be coming back and reviewing all of Falcon and the Winter Soldier as it comes out. Well, we're going to say provisionally. Like, we'll do the first 3 episodes at least. And if it sucks and we just can't continue with it, then we'll
just brush it under the rug.
Yeah, we'll just be like, no, this wasn't good. Even actually, no, do you know what? Because of the closure, I'll probably be like, no, I don't care if we don't want to watch this show, we just got to watch it. But we will be back. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully you are too.
Yep. I am.
Get some crazy
I
stuff done.
definitely am. Hell yeah, man.
Well, thank you all for watching so much. I really do appreciate it. Slap a like on it, hit subscribe. Dean, plug.
I don't have any podcasts at the minute, but you've got the link for the current series, so you know.
Go, have a listen on your commute while you're at work. That's why this video is sponsored by Raycon. It's not. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I was sponsored by Raycon to tell you to get those sweet sounds in your ears, but
There's always that Raid Shadow Legends, Dean.
yeah, man, Raid. I'm still waiting for the knock at the door, but G Fuel, if you're about, I'm giving you free advertising right here. This tower keeps getting bigger, so hit your boy up with links for Sonic G Fuel. That would be good. I'll promote the hell out of it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for coming on this WandaVision journey with us. It's actually been so cool. First entry into the MCU on TV, and absolutely, as I said, slap like, hit subscribe. Go subscribe to Dean's podcast. Go give it a listen. It's a great show, and I will see you guys on the next one. Lots of love. Bye, guys.